You've seen Mel Gibson as a on-the-edge LA cop, a mysterious warrior in a post-apocalyptic world, a man who knows what women want, and a Scottish hero fighting the English for freedom. So naturally, it was time for all of us to get what we wanted for Christmas and see Mel as our favorite milk and cookies loving, gift delivering reindeer wrestling legend from the North Pole. I give you the movie Fatman.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Howdy ho, neighbors. Welcome to Movies Merica Live on this Sunday here. And I, as always, am your humble host, Van Ebert. And I want to welcome my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. You know who you are, to this Fatman edition of Movies Merica Live. And this is the live movie review, spoiler-free today, show where you get a chance and I get a chance to talk back and forth with all of us. It's a symbiotic thing, all right? About, in this case, in this edition, in this episode, Fatman with Mel Gibson, all right? And so you can, excuse me, you can live chat with me on Rumble or YouTube. So get in there and live chat with me about Fatman or any Mel Gibson movie that you want to talk to me all about right there. And we are getting it done. And let's get right into Fatman here. So I'm not going to do a deep dive or do an autopsy on the entire plot of Fatman. I'm just going to kind of give you the broad strokes. But in this Fatman, Mel Gibson plays Santa Claus, or as he's more prominently referred to in this, Kris Kringle. I can't remember a part in the movie where Mel Gibson or his wife, Mrs. Claus, well, I guess Mrs. Kringle in this case, I can't remember a part in the movie where they actually refer to him as Santa. Okay, I think they just go off of Kris Kringle. It's part of the whole kind of more down to earth, kind of blue collar feel of Fatman. There's nothing fantastical or magical or anything like that about this movie, or very, very rare. There's a very little bit of that. This is not The Grinch Who Stole Christmas or Elf or anything like that. Nothing like that whatsoever. It's very grounded. So kind of imagine like how Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin movie was like all cartoonish and all colorful and like one big one big circus. And then you had Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, which was more grounded than that kind of thing. So real quick here, let me just take a tug off here because I feel my throat just going places I don't want it to go. All right. Thanks for bearing with me in that right there. I got a little frog in my throat. But real quick, let me check the live chat here real quick and make sure that I am not. I know. Yeah, Staff Sergeant asshole. Yeah, he's like asking, is he the only one here? Like, well. And then, yeah, I'm Sean Cab. Welcome here. I'm Sean Cab and Staff Sergeant. Welcome to the show right there. So, and yeah, I'm afraid, Staff Sergeant, that we are in the NFL season here. So, or as I call it, the BLM Football League. But a lot of people still watch the NFL, and so they're just like, I gotta watch the football, and yeah, not a whole lot of time for Movies Merica Live and whatnot. So right there, but yeah, I got Staff Sergeant. I'm Sean Cabin. Hey, Lindy Rigg joining the show right there. So got a love right there, and I am Sean Cab. Yeah, he speaks truth. he speak trutheth here. And the Fat Man was a fun movie. And then I liked how the elves had a military contract right there. So, and yeah, I'm going to talk about I'm going to go into that a little bit more here later on here. And Lindy, we're getting someone. Oh, hey, what's happening here? Oh, hi, Mark. There we go. And Lindy, we're getting someone that just gets right down to it and lets us know how he really feels. I loves watching me tug right there. Yes. And yeah, it looks like I'm Sean Cab. Yes, it's NFL time, but I'm still here. So, yes, Sean, you are a rare breed. You're one of those people that know how to multitask right there. So you know how to do that extremely difficult thing where you can have the football up on your TV and then on like a laptop or your tablet or on your phone, you can have my show playing, maybe even without the volume on. I know, mind-blowing. Only NASA scientists know how to accomplish this this incredibly difficult feat. I know, it's so hard. And we got Buckeye McGroin in here. So yes, she's saying hello to us in the short bus crowd. Welcome, Buckeye McGroin. Welcome to enhancing the show. Or thank you for enhancing the show. There we go. So apparently I've had too many of these right here, or I've been tugging on it too much. That is for sure. So, and we got that, and you see the usual suspects finally showing up here. So, yeah, it's like the TV shows Cheers. We've got Norm and Cliff and Carla and Sam, and Coach and Woody, and I mean just the usual cast of characters and whatnot, but the ones that bring the most to the show most sweetly. But and we're going to get more into Fat Man real quick here. So, and Sean was touching on, no, not touching on, it's get your minds out of the gut. Okay. He was touching on like a part of the movie that I'm going to go over in more detail with, but yeah. And, so in Fat Man, we've got Santa and Mrs. Claus, and they're falling out of hard times. Okay. This isn't like this fantastical, everything's, good to go and perfect, and Santa doesn't have to worry about money or anything like that. Okay. In this movie, it shows you, hey, you know what, making toys and keeping the lights on and paying the elves and flying across the world, it costs money. That's not free right there. Okay. We got overhead to worry about. And so he's they're just barely scraping by, and pardon me, they're on the cusp of just going into the financial tank, right? And so they're feeling kind of down and that kind of thing. And so that's kind of one plot line, and then you have another plot line where you've got this little kid. He's like a real turd, and he's scamming off his grandma and her money, and he's got servants in the house. He treats them like crap, and he's tied in enough to where he has hitmen, or at least one hitman, on speed dial and that kind of thing. And so he's spoiled rotten, right? And we're Santa, or Kris Kringle. So I'm going to use Santa and Kris Kringle interchangeably in this movie or in this episode, because they use Santa and they use Kris Kringle in this movie right there. So I'm going to use them interchangeably here. But because this little turd is in fact a little turd, well, of course, Santa knows that. He knows when you've been sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been good or bad. So it'll be good, for goodness sake. That's no lie. That's gospel. That's scripture right there. That's no lie. And so he gets a lump of coal for Christmas, as this little turd rightfully should. And so he vows vengeance on Santa, and he hires a hitman to go and off the Fat Man. So those are the big plot lines in here. And it also, because of the financial hardship that Santa and Mrs. Claus are going through, the military comes in and they offer them the opportunity to take on a 2-month contract to make control panels for one of their jets and that kind of thing. So it's the U.S. government's paying them. They're subcontractors for the government. So their financial worries are can be solved by the U.S. government. All that stuff. So that's about as much into the plot I'm going into right here with this movie right there. So gotta love it. And yeah, I'm shocked. We had to watch our teams. Yep, you got that right there. So and then pretty soon it's gonna be the playoffs. There's less teams playing. and go Irish. Yeah, the fighting Irish of Notre Dame, that mighty powerhouse NFL team, right there. Gotta love it. And yeah, it's getting later into the season and that kind of thing. But I just appreciate people like at least having the show on and in the background while the games are going. Now, people like Sean and Lindy Rigg and Buckeye McGroin and Staff Sergeant, they're going above and beyond. They got games they know they're on, but they're live chatting as well. Okay, so they're bringing it. They're stepping up to the plate. Okay, so these are the big men and women on campus. The ones that aren't so much the big men and women on campus are the lurkers, the ones that are watching the show, listening to the show, and they got both hands free, okay, because they're not tugging it, but they still don't get in the live chat. Well, you can change that. You don't have to just stay a lurker, okay? You've got the power in your fingers, okay? So, and you can get in the live chat with me about Fatman or any Mel Gibson movie that you want right there. So, absolutely. And yeah, Lindy Rig 87, I'm right with you. I don't pay for dish or cable, just all the streaming service that costs way more than dish or cable. Yeah, I don't even do YouTube TV anymore because I had YouTube TV and I was like, I watch like maybe 2-3 channels and I'm paying like $90 a month or something like that for YouTube TV. Made absolutely zero sense. So I find like if I just have YouTube Premium, that's the YouTube with no commercials, I can see pretty much everything that I want. I can't watch like live sports or anything like that, but there's very few live sports that I need to watch, except for Michigan right here. Okay. But if I want that, I go hang out with some buddies at a sports bar with a bunch of other Michigan fans. I watch it there. Okay. So because they have, more booze and hot ladies, there than I do over at my place for now. There we go. That's what we call a digression, everybody. But let's talk about more Fatman right there, because I'm on the border. I'm on the precipice of scaring away all the people that hate sports ball there. So gotta love it or not love it. I don't know. Who knows? But before I go into more Fatman, let me take another drink off of the old beerski here. All right. And whatever you guys are drinking, because I know if you guys are watching, the BLM football league, sorry, the NFL, you guys are drinking on something. Absolutely. But Fatman is no standard movie by any means. And obviously Sean knows, he's commenting about Fatman in the live chat right there. But yeah, Fatman is no standard movie by any means. To be honest, the idea of a hard-edged, violent movie featuring Santa Claus as a grounded, instead of fantastical character, it's not going to appeal to everyone like at first glance. I mean, you'll have action movie fans that want their action movies to be more realistic and intertwined with plausible real world scenarios. Like take a movie like Sicario, for example, right? Or the Bourne trilogy. Not the trilogy, the Bourne movies. I know there's more than 3, but those are more realistic. There's nothing like kind of goofy or quirky about those movies, okay? And then you'll have the Christmas movie fans that watch Christmas movies to ensure, they have a jolly old wholesome time, and, they really don't want automatic weapons and high explosives mixed into their Christmas holiday fun, right? So to both of these groups, I'd write to them, like you would to Santa. Pardon the beer burp. I would write to those people in both those groups, like I would to, Santa Claus, and say, hey, you should give this movie a chance. Don't judge a gift horse in midstream. Don't assume it might and makes right. Crap. I think I'm mixing metaphors here, so sorry about that. I just, my brain is like out there. It's like, scrambled eggs mixed in with lug nuts up in my cranium right there. But moving on. Yeah, I mean, it's, the point is don't judge the movie on your first impression, okay? Because this movie is not the most marketable movie out there. It's not a Mission Impossible movie or The Matrix or Moana or something like that, right? It's you look at it like, what? A Santa Claus themed action movie? What? Okay. But I'm pretty sure that you'll end up happy that you ran down the stairs on Christmas morn to watch this. Now, that being said, this is no kids movie, all right? So don't be that parent and create a little small animal torturing psychopath by letting your 7-year-old watch this, all right? Hey, that chipmunk was giving me the side eye, all right? So, I mean, it's enough about what I did as a little kid, all right? That squirrel, that chipmunk, they were giving me the side eye. All right, so whatever. Maybe you played video games when you were a kid. Me, anyway. But Fatman, it stirs in plenty of fun into the movie, eggnog. So that, when the violence does break out, it's not really upsetting, okay? You know that there's a more kind of a loose, fun, humorous, framing to this movie. So when the violence breaks out, it's like, oh, okay, I get this. And that, it's kind of one of those movies right there, kind of like RoboCop. Okay, like RoboCop it's got kind of this satirical side to it that's kind of mildly funny. So when the brutal graphic violence busts in, you're like, okay, it's not so upsetting because it fits within what they're trying to do. It fits in within the satire of the movie. And so that's the same thing with Fatman. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, people are there's people are getting shot and that kind of thing, and other violent things and that kind of stuff. But it's within the funny framework of this movie. So it's not going to be like, you're not going to be having nightmares or anything like that about it. But to sum up the real point of everything I've said here, if you haven't at least tried eggnog, but you dog on it anyway, don't be so basic and at least try it. I mean, it won't kill you. No one's asking you to clear buildings full of terrorists. We're just asking you to try eggnog. I think that's pretty much the point of what I've said here so far. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, let's check the old live chat right there, and I'm seeing some good stuff going on in here. I love that. So we got you never heard of Fatman right there. Oh, dude, Staff Sergeant, check it out. I think it's on let me see where's that here. Let's see. Let's check here. It looks like you can rent it on Prime Video. It's streaming on Peacock if you've got that. Amazon, you could buy it on there. So, but yeah, I would definitely check it out. It's you will not be sorry there, Staff Sergeant whatsoever. What else we got here? And yeah, there you go. Exactly. Sean and I are apparently on the same page right there. And basically, I'm just repeating what Lindy Rigg covered like half an hour ago, apparently. It's already on Peacock. And yeah, we got Staff Sergeant, and he's agreeing with me. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and Rambo is too there. So yeah, I guess you could see Rambo as a Christmas movie. Like if bullets are Christmas gifts and Rambo is Santa, he's giving out all these gifts to all the bad guys in the movies, right? He's giving out the gift of bullets, and he's telling the bad guys, hey, hold all these gifts for me, as he's firing his gifts out from his M60 right there. And Lindy Rating 7 so is Violent Night. Yeah, Violent Night is a great movie. I would have reviewed that, but I already reviewed that movie like, when it first came out here about, a year and a half ago, whenever it was there. And so is Prometheus. Sean's going to die on that hill right there. And Batman 2. Yeah, Batman 2. It's got it takes place during Christmas right there with Christopher Walken as Max Schreck, and they've got like a Christmas ceremony and that kind of thing. That one is Batman 2 is kind of on the cusp of a Christmas movie. I'm gonna stay away from that one because it's been years since I saw Batman Returns. I know there's Christmas stuff in it. I just can't remember like how many mentions of Christmas were in Batman Returns right there. So love it. Yeah, and there we go. Yeah, Bone Tomahawk, definitely not a Christmas movie. Okay. They might have mentioned Bone Tomahawk in there, but yeah, it's definitely not a Christmas movie unless, I mean, it's that's a movie that you will not soon forget right there. Bone Tomahawk. It is no Tombstone. I will put it that way right there. It is Tombstone's unforgettable, but Bone Tomahawk is unforgettable for a whole different reason right there. So, and yeah, it's brutal, very brutal, and yeah, they earn the bullets. That's for sure. Exactly. Yeah. you know what? Like they say, FAFL right there. So they found out from Rambo. That's for sure. All right, let's do this real quick here. And what because we run a tight ship here at Movies Merica Live, and I always want to make sure to not cause you to miss out on anything here. And so to that end, I am going to let you guys know about our tdpn.locals.com right there. Now, if you don't check it out, Rambo's not going to be shooting gifts at you or anything like that, but your life would not be quite as rich, and robust if you don't check out tdpn.locals.com. Now, what is that? Well, that is our Till Death Podcast Network website with all kinds of great content like videos and blogs and articles all about stuff like movies and entertainment and cocktail recipes. We got booze on the website. Not boobs, booze. Maybe we have some boobs on there as well. So probably should get some more boobs to go with the booze because God knows boobs sell. I mean, am I right? Or am I right, Sydney Sweeney? But then we also have, politics related stuff on there, hot button sizzling topics of the day, that kind of thing, all presented to you in a way that you are not going to find anywhere else. And as you see right now, we are enticing you, all right? We are enticing you. We are tempting you. We are singing the siren song to get you to check out tdpn.locals.com by giving you 1 month free membership if you put in promo code TDPN as it says down there below, all right? And then after that 1 free month, it's just $3 a month. That's nothing, all right? That's like a cost of a carton of eggnog, which, again, you should try eggnog, all right? So, hey, if you try it and you still hate it, hey, you know what? Respect, because at least you tried it, okay? So, but, if you're too scared, but anyway, I'm not going to go down the eggnog road right there. I know I don't want to be that guy. But get yourself to tdpn.locals.com right now. Do it, yes. And then real quick here, go ahead and just smash that like button, all right? Smash it. Just drop kick that sucker off the turnbuckle, like you're Hulk Hogan or something like that, all right? And then also while you're down there smashing buttons, smash that subscribe or follow button on whatever platform you're watching this on, Rumble, YouTube, or if you're basically checking out some of my other content, you're on X or Facebook or whatever. Go ahead and like or follow or subscribe to me on those platforms as well. All right. So go ahead and do it. And then also hit the notification bell down there. So whenever there's a brand new Movies Merica episode, you hear ding, 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 ding. You're like, is that the microwave? It wasn't nuking anything. Is somebody cooking something in the microwave? No, dumbass. That's your notification bell for Movies Merica. There's a hot, fresh, piping hot episode for you to check out. So no, stop checking the microwave for popcorn. All right. And then also, if you're not watching this movie, all right, I'm losing it. And if you're not watching this episode live and you're just watching this later on, well, first up, how you doing? Thanks a lot for watching. There you go. Appreciate that. And you can still contact me. We can still have that line of communication still going between you and I. And that is done via the comments section down below right there. So, and that's your ability or your opportunity. There we go. To let me know. And, one thing you could let me know down there is, hey, how do you think I'm doing with the show? Is there something that I do that just annoys the piss out of you? Or is there something that I do that, kind of gets you all aroused and excited? Okay. You can definitely let me know that down there. That's for sure. Or a movie that you want me to review or something like that, but just make sure it's not a movie that, maybe you and 2 other people in the whole world will want to see a review for. Okay. So I'm not going to review, Toenail, the motion picture. Okay. So I'm not going to do that. But other than that, go crazy, go nuts and whatnot. But anyway, enough about that right there. So the live chat right there from the champs in the live or in the live chat right there. And we've got going on, and there we go. We've got all kinds of activity going on, and we've got the Bills Rams on right now, and followed by something a little bit more enticing: boobs. Yes. We got to take care of that there, Sean. I think that we might have to take care of that. We definitely have to take care of that on tdpn.locals.com because you know what, even after centuries and centuries of time, that old adage still applies: boobs sell. Okay, and there we go. They're like laser beams. They're tractor beams, so to speak, right there. So gotta love it. All right, so there we go. And yeah, Bone Tomahawk Tua, she going to jail right there. Well, two things need to happen. She needs to go to jail, and anybody dumb enough to buy Hawk Tua crypto or whatever it was she was selling, they don't need to go to jail. They just need to like make sure that their money is lost forever. Right? They should not get their money back right there. Okay, because if you're dumb enough to buy Hawk Tua, well, first off, you got way too much money and too much time on your hands. So that's how that works right there. All right. So more Fatman there. People are like, thank God, please stop talking about Hawk Tua there. But Mel Gibson, he delivers an amazing gift of a performance in this, as opposed to a lump of coal. Okay, now he plays Kris Kringle again. They call him Kris Kringle mostly in the movie, but you know the world knows him as Santa Claus, right? But he plays Kris Kringle as a gruff yet loving and vulnerable character who is trying not to let the parents, allowing more kids to become spoiled little brats affect them, because that's part of the movie is that 200, 300 years ago, when he was still doing this, he would deliver more gifts, right? Because kids weren't the little turds, the little twats that they are nowadays. Because now we live in the more enlightened society where spanking is a no-no, and because we're not allowed to spank kids anymore, they turn into little shits, and so more of them in this movie in the Fatman world, they get lumps of coal as opposed to presents and that kind of thing. So the writers of Fatman, they portray Mel Gibson's Kris Kringle as essentially immortal, okay, with superhuman strength, but not in overt ways. Okay, he's not flying around like Superman or Thor or anything like that. Nothing like that. So kind of a subtle way that they show you that Kris Kringle has a superhuman strength is there's a scene where there's like this big old box full of heavy enough items, or one item heavy enough to where it required a forklift, all right, to move around. And so this big ass box just topples off of the forklift, and there's like 3 or 4 soldiers that are trying to tip it back upright, but they can't do it. And so here comes Kris Kringle. He's walking by as they're struggling. They're on the struggle bus with this box, and Kris just hands one of the soldiers his coffee mug that he's carrying, and just grabs the box and just tips it back up all by himself. And it's kind of funny because as the soldiers are looking at him, in amazement from him lifting the box up by himself, he just kind of gruffly mutters like, steroids. So that's kind of a little taste of the kind of humor that Fatman has right there. And his better half is played by Marianne Jean-Baptiste, Mrs. Claus. So Marianne Jean-Baptiste plays Mrs. Claus. And I got to say, she does have good chemistry with Gibson. I mean, I was convinced that this is a couple that have been together for hundreds and hundreds of years. I mean, she encourages him, gives him a spirit boost, when needed, and bakes spectacular cookies. I mean, guys, get you a woman like that and never let go, all right? Now, Mel's equal in the entertainment level of his performance is no doubt Walton Goggins, and he plays a hitman sent to pop Kris Kringle. And his personal history with Kris/Santa, dating back to when he was a kid, is one of the weirder yet intriguing parts of this movie. Okay, they keep showing him he's buying Christmas gifts off of people. Okay, so he advertises people to come to him and sell to him their Christmas gifts that they got as kids, because it's portrayed like he was a bad kid and so he didn't get Christmas gifts, and so people bring their gifts, and he's kind of does the whole pawn stars kind of thing, like the best I can do is $900 for your Louisville Slugger. Okay, that kind of thing. He's doing that. Or he'll like randomly go up to kids who are playing with a toy and he'll be like, hey kid, did you get that for Christmas? Yeah, I was a good little boy. And like in one scene, some little kids like playing with like this little plastic, jetliner, and he pays them $150 for this little crappy plastic toy. So that's where they portray like this personal history between this hitman and Kris Kringle there. And then also Walton Goggins, he brings his smart ass, don't give a Christmas fudge attitude. We all know from his roles on the TV series The Shield and Justified. And there's this great scene with him going to a pet store where he has to deal with an obnoxious pet store clerk. And let's just say he treats her as she deserves to be treated, all right? And also, his hitman character is shown to be this seasoned, well-trained professional in that he creates destruction and ends lives with ease and no remorse. Okay, so he's in the middle of this humorous movie. He is a very gripping character there, and Walton Goggins does a great job at portraying him in this. So he's he's unforgettable in this movie as that goes right there. So gotta love it. And hey, Beyond Formal, welcome to the show here. And he says, I love this show right there. And Beyond Formal, yeah, there you go. I like the way you think. I love it right there. Geniuses I have in the live chat. Geniuses right there. They know what to love. They know the good stuff right there, and I, of course, I'm bragging all over myself right there. And that's just because that's the kind of guy I am right there. And Beyond Formal, there you go. Exactly. Spitting knowledge out there, saying you can hit repost and share this video. It will help get this out here. Absolutely right there. So it's get it out into the world. Okay, so now this is the exact opposite. Like, don't think of it as, how China got the COVID-19 virus spread out into the world. No, that's a bad spreading out of something, okay? Think of this, like, let's just pretend like Girl Scout cookies were free, right? Okay. And they weren't like, $27 a box or something like they are now. I think that's, I'm pretty sure I'm totally correct on the price there. But, pretend Girl Scout cookies are free and you're spreading Girl Scout cookies throughout the world for everyone to enjoy. Okay. So that's more what spreading Movies Merica episodes out there into the world are like right there. Okay. And, that deserves a drink right there. And Beyond Formal, a little toast to you right here. And I will be toasting you as part of Brew Review Time. All right, so let me introduce you to today's brew, and that comes to us from Independence Brew Company, a brewing company out of Austin, Texas, right there, and it's their Stash IPA there. And as you can see, you can tell what the theme of this particular brew is right there. I know it's so weird. Something ganja-based comes out of Austin, Texas. So unusual. I can't imagine that. It just boggles the mind that something like that would come out of Austin, Texas, of all places, right there. But they advertise this as the chronic of IPAs right there. So yeah, if you want, like a little sticky icky with your brew, and for the record, there is no ganja in this beer right there. But it's supposed to be an alluring way of marketing this brew. Right there, but if you want to drink a beer with some bud on the can, probably just smoke some bud. There you go. I mean, do that. But it's it's respectable India Pale Ale. It's not mind blowing or anything like that. Okay. If you're a waker and baker, this is not going to replace busting out Billy Bong Thornton in the movie or Wesley Pipes. Okay. If you're a half-baked watcher right there. So, I mean, come on. You gotta love it right there.
Ever seen Son of a Woman on weed?
There we go. So, yeah, check out some Stash IPA. I'll recommend it. It's not terrible enough to where I can't recommend it. They're 7.5% alcohol by volume. So you drink enough of these bad boys right there. And, hey, you're going to be, good things are going to happen. Maybe
I got some booty. I got some booty. I got some booty.
Okay, maybe it's not going to get that for you right there, but hey, everything's a mindset, right? Everything's a frame of mind. Maybe if this gives you enough confidence right there to talk to some ladies, hey, you know what? It literally could get you laid. Never know. You literally could get you some booty. There you go. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna take a little new drinky off this right here. So here we go. All right. That's good liquid weed. All right. That's not liquid weed, but now they would want you to think that, right? Because that would sell a whole lot of this right here. Like, ooh, it's liquid weed. All right, sweet. All right, yeah. I'm gonna go out to me. I'm gonna buy me like a bunch of cases of Stash IPA. Hell yeah. No, it is not that. So sorry to burst your bong on that one right there. But all right, on that happy note, that has been Brew Review Time. All right, let's do this here real quick. And I want to give you guys a chance to enhance your gift giving abilities right there. And that is why I want to show you our merch. All right, we got plenty of merch here. And we've got merch for all the Till Death Podcast Network shows right there, including obviously Movies Merica, as you see up there at the top left. So we got all kinds of T-shirts that you can get. We've got all kinds of other merch right there. We got like Movies Merica phone cases, Movies Merica shot glasses. No Movies Merica bongs quite yet, but maybe someday we'll get those out there. But yeah, if you just click on the merch link down in the description of this episode, then yeah, you're gonna be like walking around, looking around like you're browsing this great store. Okay. It's gonna be like, I remember the movie Clerks, okay, where you got Randall and he's like walking into like the big box video store and he's walking around, wow, oh my God, look at all these movies. Oh my God, there's so many movies I can rent. That's gonna be you when you get into the Till Death Podcast Network merch store. And you get into that merch store via the link down below in the description. And then pick out whatever you're going to get for, anybody for, Christmas or Kwanzaa or Festivus or Hanukkah, or if you worship Satan, maybe, dear Satan Claus Day, whatever you're going to buy gifts for, you can get down to the merch store to do that. Or, or you can buy stuff for yourself. That's totally allowed as well. But yeah, get down to that merch store, link down in the description, and then put in promo code movies for free shipping right there. So take that, Bezos. I'm sure we move just as much product as Amazon, that little mom and pop operation. All right. And how about this? How about some random thoughts about Fatman right there? So I thought it was interesting how this movie covers a little bit about how Santa's operation would be funded. And this touches on what Sean was talking about earlier here about the elves and getting paid by the military. But so as far as Santa's operation being funded, in Fatman, it's funded by the U.S. government with subsidies based on how many gifts are delivered to kids. So ironically, it's the stuff about Santa that, if they thought he was real, adults would care about concerning Santa. Okay, so if they, say adults really don't care about, hey, how many candy canes would Santa make? Or, what's Mrs. Claus's cookies made with? No, but adults would care about, how the operation is financed and all that stuff, that kind of thing, if they thought that Santa was real, right? And I'm just picturing, though, in this world of Fatman here, because again, this is a grounded, supposedly realistic movie about Santa here, involving Santa. I'm just picturing like congressional hearings up on the Hill where politicians are either wanting to give Santa less money, while you have others arguing to give him more money indefinitely, because what he does makes the military industrial complex a lot of money, and it's great for money laundering. And sorry. I was thinking of somebody else here in our real world here. So constantly, coming to us like America is an ATM for the war. I was thinking about somebody else. My bad. And another random thought about Fatman is this movie also has at least a little bit of a Coen Brothers vibe, mostly with its supporting characters. So, for example, there's a scene where Goggins' hitman character is looking for a good outfit to wear out in the wilderness for hunting down Santa or Kris Kringle. And he asked about this white hunting outfit he sees displayed like up in this glass case in the movie. He sees it out there. He's like, "Hey, what about that outfit right there?" And the store clerk blurts out the hilarious Cohen-esque line, "I could tell you're the kind of man who can appreciate a quality garment." And I kind of chuckled to myself, and I couldn't help but think when I heard that, I couldn't help but think of the scene in No Country for Old Men from the Coen brothers, where Josh Brolin is clothes shopping and dealing with the store clerk there. And you may get that same sense watching this fantastically quirky movie. Or not, you never know in this right there. So, all right, real quick here, let me do this and let you guys know about something that I should bring to your attention. Okay, and that is a fantastic sponsor we have for the show that we're lucky enough to have sponsoring this show, and that is Flip City Magazine. And I will tell you, boys and girls, ladies and gents, what Flip City Magazine is. So remember Mad Magazine, Alfred E. Newman was on Mad Magazine, and you'd flip through Mad Magazine and, oh my God, Alfred E. Newman, what me worry? You're so hilarious. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh my God, thanks for the giggles there, Alfred E. Newman. Well, that was back in the day. That's like 20, 25 years ago, right? Well, so back in 2016, a certain gentleman with the last name Trump got elected. And as you would imagine, so at most like magazines, particularly funny ones, they are staffed by a bunch of, let's say, delicate, fragile, overly sensitive soy boy libtards, right? And so Trump being elected, pretty much Trump broke their brains, okay? And so they went from being a funny magazine to being basically just agitprop for the woke, for the left. And enter Flip City Magazine to take on that duty. Okay. And Flip City Magazine is hilarious. It's uproarious. Okay. But enough about hearing me tell you about it. Let's hear it straight from Flip City.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
All right. So, yeah, grab yourself some Flip City Magazine. And we are giving you no excuse if you haven't already subscribed to Flip City, because we are putting the Flip City link in the description down below. Okay. So look down. All right. It's down there. It's down. It's down. It's like Prego. It's in there. All right. Trust us. All right. And so get in the description, click on that Flip City link if you haven't already, and subscribe to Flip City, and then put in promo code MOVIES. And you are going to get 10% off your order of the best non-woke comic around. All right. And just to show you that I'm not lying, because when I lie to you, well, not this time, maybe later, but not right now, because I got Flip City Magazine right here. It looks so fine. Don't you agree? And we got some great artwork right there. Look at that. Look at that artwork. And look at that gleam. Look at that shine. right there. Oh, yes, there we go. Like a freshly waxed Ford Pinto right there. Yeah, there we go. I gotta love it. And check out the artwork inside. Let's see. It's gonna do a little flipping. Ooh, there we go. Got the hot ladies right there. Let's see. We got some artwork in here somewhere. Yeah, that's. I'm giving you bad examples. There we go. There we got some good artwork. Modern monstrosities there, and all kinds of great stuff. And again, it's a magazine, obviously, so you can hold it in your fingers right there. And it's got it's a little trip, back to yesteryear, where you're not checking out stuff like this on a website, right? You're actually got it in a magazine form, tangible in your hands right there. So grab yourself some Flip City magazine. Do it. All right. And we are moving on right here. And we got some some Otta action in the live chat right there from Lindy Rig 87, bringing it there. You got to love the action. We have action here in the show. We got Action Jackson here on Movies Merica Live. And again, as always, we're going to have Movies Merica spoiler warning coming up here this Thursday night. And I'm going to have a special guest on this Thursday night here. He's basically going to help me out, do a deep dive into Fatman, I believe. But let me tell you who's going to be on the show via this. All right, so that is Siaka Massaquoi there. I forgot I had no sound on that. That's why that was awkward. But yeah, we got Siaka, who's a black Jeremy right there, and so he's going to be on there. And now Jeremy Boring's not going to be on the show right there, but we've got Black Siaka. There we go. Saying the word black too many times right there. And of course, obviously, as you see, Siaka's been on Fox News there. He's going to be on helping me out with Fatman right there. And we're going to talk about some, J6 stuff as well. There's him. Speaking of J6, there's him in the hilarious Babylon Bee January 6th mockumentary that they came out with, a couple months ago or whatever. So, but he is going to be on the show as my special guest this Thursday. There he is with my man, Jason Whitlock on The Blaze. And he's going to have plenty to say about Fatman. He's already told me that he loves Fatman. Okay, because I was talking to him, and I was like, hey, you don't have to watch Fatman if you don't want to, but I'm going to be covering that. And he immediately came back and said, no, I love Fatman there. So he's going to have some thoughts about Fatman here this Thursday night. And then again, we're talking about January 6th and, maybe touch on how he was arrested by the FBI as well for being at January 6th and that kind of thing. So we're going to cover some good ground here. I mean, what other show is going to combine Fatman with January 6th right there? I don't know why I'm making those awkward hand gestures right there. I don't know what to do with my hands. Okay. What movie is that from? There we go. But this Thursday night, Movies Merica spoiler warning with me and Siaka Massaquoi. And that is going to be on 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 Pacific this Thursday night. All right. So is Fatman, is it a woke after school special? Well, maybe some more astute observers saw something woke, but this guy saw nothing in Fatman as far as woke goes. The closest thing I could imagine that someone with the wrong idea of what woke is would comment on is that Santa's wife is black. Okay. Now, if I had to guess, they made her black because somebody associated with the film thought no black people whatsoever would watch this movie unless we had at least one black character in this movie. That's a complete, hogwash right there. And I've talked to my one black friend, and he said that he doesn't have to have black characters in movies in order to watch the movies or TV series or whatever. Okay, so I have it on good authority. Okay, now it didn't really bother me because this movie is absolutely not even trying to tout itself as a traditional portrayal of Santa Claus. Okay, Mrs. Claus, the North Pole, reindeer, all of that. Okay. Matter of fact, in this movie, they don't even call it North Pole. They call it North Peak. Okay. So it's not even North Pole here. Now, there is someone in the movie that I wouldn't be surprised if someone told me he was pissed that the movie wasn't woke. Now, that person that I described right there, that would be Chance Hurstfield, who played the evil little turd who put the hit out on Kris Kringle or Santa in this. Now, it turns out Chance is a Weasley little turd in real life, actually. So now need proof? Check him out, awkwardly injecting politics into what was an otherwise fun and friendly interview about the movie with Mel Gibson and Marianne Jean-Baptiste right here.
In its just straightforward oddness and its simplicity.
The nicest kid. Did you base him on any kids at school that you didn't really like very much? And don't worry, you don't have to name any names, but was there anyone in your head that you thought, yeah, that's who I'm going to base this character
on? You know what? I kind of channeled my inner Donald Trump a little bit, you know?
You can't hear me.
Because, you know, with Billy, he's kind of like Trump in the way that when he doesn't get something that he wants, he'll do everything in his power to try and, you know, revoke it and try and get it back for himself. Much like when Billy got the piece of gold and Trump lost the election.
Yeah, so right here, this is like a complete tool bag that apparently, you know, knows that, hey, you know, if you're going to, you know, crap all over Trump, it betters your opportunities for future roles and whatnot. Now, you'll notice if you look at Chance Hurstfield's IMDb page, that didn't work. Okay, did not work whatsoever. In his mind, it was a good idea, but in practice, in reality, it was not, because his IMDb page, his career after this movie, is pretty pathetic. It's pretty sad. This guy is straight up slipping there in his career right there. I mean, look at this little turd. Like, even right there behind him, he's got the Fatman poster, and it's got his name as top billing in Fatman right there. Like, what a pretentious, uppity little turd bag right there. But so yeah, he's one of those guys. He just thought that, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna earn me some credibility. I'm gonna earn me some street cred in Hollywood. You know, if I just take a big old crap all over Donald Trump right there. Now, I don't know if anybody's checked on Chance since Trump won the 2024 election right there. I imagine that, you know, he had to, you know, probably hyperventilate into a paper bag and crawl into the fetal position, you know, in his little cushy, comfy, padded, safe space. I'm sure that somebody like Chance has. Okay. So, but it's just so stupid, so asinine to inject politics, whether it's, you know, Trump or some other politician, into an interview for a Christmas movie, right? It was a fun, you know, jovial interview between some stars in the movie, and then this little twat had to inject politics into it very awkwardly right there. But you know, that's how some people roll right there. Real quick here, so just to kind of move on to something else right there. So if you guys are appreciating, you know, how I warn you if a movie is a woke after school special like you just saw, or me just providing these reviews of movies so that you could potentially save your hard-earned dollars. If you're appreciating me doing, you know, those things, you know, for instance, enough to throw a little cashola my way right there, well, you can definitely do that. Feel free. The way to do that, like if you're checking me out on Rumble, is via what they call a Rumble rant. And how you do that is, if you're in the live chat, down by where you type in your live chat message, just click on the button with a $sign on it, and it'll just ask you how much you want to donate, and that's all there is to it. Very easy. Now, if you're checking me out on the tube of views or YouTube, you can give me what's called a super chat, and it's very similar. Down by where you type in your live chat message, click on the button with a dollar bill on it, and it'll ask you again how much you want to donate to this guy right here. Very easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy right there. Got to do it. And again, that's only if you want to. I am not going to be, you know, some annoying person here that is, you know, guilt tripping you into throwing some cash my way. Not going to do it. I hate it when I go to somebody's show and they do that there. And it's like, you look so pathetic when you do that. You look so, they don't realize how pathetic they look, and they don't realize is probably going to dissuade somebody that was about to hit that Rumble rant or super chat button. They were about to hit it, and then you had to run your mouth, and then you're like, okay, on second thought, maybe I won't. So not gonna do it. So I don't want to do that. Not gonna turn you off right there. I don't want to do that. And if that offends you,
be offended.
Exactly. All right. So my final thoughts on Fatman is if you haven't picked up what I'm putting down so far, I'm recommending checking out Fatman right there. And as we saw, as we talked about earlier, it's streaming on Peacock. You can rent or buy it, on several locations, Prime Video, Amazon, get a hard copy. That's what I always recommend is get yourself a hard copy, get yourself 4K UHD disc there. So that way in the future, if someone, buddy tries to pull an asinine move and modify the movie in some way, well, that's not going to affect you because you have yourself a hard copy of the movie and you're good to go. But again, don't let the kiddies watch this movie. It's not a movie for kids. I mean, it's not the worst movie, but I wouldn't have them watch it. But, hey, you know what? The adults, check it out. It's hilarious. Don't judge a book by its cover. I know it sounds a little weird and unusual. Santa mixed in with action adventure and all that. But by the time the end credits roll, you'll get it. You'll be like, that's what they were going for. Okay, all right. I get it. All right, there you go. I see what you were doing there, Mel Gibson and the Nelms brothers, because this movie was directed and written by a couple of brothers right there. So, brothers, like, they're born to the same mother, not brothers. Okay, there. So that's how that goes. But again, follow me on X and Facebook and Rumble and Gab. I'm on all those platforms under the handle @Movies Merica. Check me out. I'm on Criticless, and I'm on what's the other one right there? Anyway, Criticless, and I'm sure you'll see me on other platforms and that kind of thing right there. I'm not going to bore you with anything else there. All right, so if there's nothing else there, check. Have we covered everything, everybody? We covered everything, everybody. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're ready to put a bow on this episode right there. But as always, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See you.
Everybody, don't leave yet. Okay? Hey, I got just enough time. I got the police after me, okay? And, oh man, they're gonna get me at any time. I got just enough time to ask you to like this video and also subscribe to this channel if you would, man. You'd be doing me a big favor, okay? And please make sure to like these videos or watch them and then like them, okay? That'd be great. And again, thanks for watching, okay? And subscribe to the Till Death Podcast Network and Movies Merica. I gotta go.